The 3-barrel drill is one of my favorite drills to do with my horses. You can practice a lot of different things that the horse needs to know on the pattern without actually having to do the pattern. You get to work on your circles, your straight lines, going from straight lines into your circles. You can work on keeping them even and away from the barrels, freeing them up, or you can work on making their turns tighter. All different kinds of things depending on what your horse needs to work on. Again, I always start to the direction that I believe is going to be my horse's first barrel. So for Stormy, I'm starting with all right-hand turns at a trot. So I start at the left barrel, do my circle around that barrel, and then move over to the right barrel. And I try to always do 2 circles around each barrel so that the horse is thinking about finishing that turn and doing that turn correctly and not thinking about just leaving the turn too soon. Unless, of course, they don't make a nice, even, balanced circle around that barrel, then I will go around it again until we get one perfectly even circle. And then I go up to the 3rd barrel, and I always do my transitions off of this 3rd barrel. Unless, of course, I feel like they need to go around again in that same direction, then instead of counter-arcing and transitioning to the right barrel to start off my left turns, I will continue straight and go to the left barrel and go around the drill one more time. I hope that made sense. But Stormy did a good job, so I transition and I start my left-hand circles. So I'm looking for the same thing, doing 2 perfectly even circles around each barrel before I let her leave. And then I let her straighten out in between the barrels so that we work on getting collected up and ready to make our turns around the barrel. You can see by my tracks in the ground that she is making the same circle around each barrel every time, and that's really what I'm looking for at this point. I'm wanting her to come into each barrel going from straight to lifting up her rib cage, getting her body arched and in position to follow that line all the way around the circle. And then when we come off this 3rd barrel this time, I am going to ask her to pick up her right lead, and then we're going to go through everything at a lope. And then we go through the whole process again. I'm looking for the same things at each speed. I'm wanting her to be nice and even and collected, balanced and relaxed around the barrels, go from straight lines in between to getting herself collected up and ready to make that turn. And if she doesn't make that nice, even, balanced circle the first time or in the first 2 circles, then I will circle it again. And if I felt like she needed to go through the drill again, instead of transitioning and going to my left-hand circles, I would go through again and do all my right-hand circles again. And I always make my transitions off my 3rd barrel so that I can get that nice arc into the next barrel and just continue that nice flow through the drill. I think it really helps keep them relaxed when there's no start and end in the drill. They're just flowing through the pattern continuously. And you can see when she comes out of this barrel here and I slow her down to a trot and ask her to pick up her left lead, you can see her pick up that rib cage and engage and get ready to head off in the next direction. And she just goes right into those next circles and just flows right into it. And I make sure that we come around this barrel and completely finish the circle before we head off straight across to the next one. Pick her up, get her shaped up, and she just flows right into it, staying on those lines that we have been working on through the whole drill. You can see her track right on the same line all the way around. And then we completely finish the barrel right there and then straighten out and head up to the 3rd barrel. And this will be our last barrel, our last circles, if she does them correctly, where I'm happy with. She stays nice and even the whole way around. And then again, I completely finish the barrel and let her go off straight and then ask her to stop. And that's it for today. One step closer.